Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ethan Adams with RE/MAX Properties East here in Louisville, Kentucky. And today we want to talk about the down payment process of things. So when we're looking into down payment, we not necessarily always have to go the 20% down. I work with a lot of first-time home buyers, and that's probably the biggest misconception. I hear it all the time. So we have about 5 or 6 different options when coming into the loan process. And that's going to be, starting off, the most appealing one is going to be conventional. This can be either 3%, 5%, 10%, 20%. When you do the 20% down, it takes out that PMI. But with these conventional loans, your PMI is much less on these conventional loans, which is going to be more appealing, as well as it's a lot less riskier. Typically, your borrowers that qualify for a conventional loan are going to have very high credit, low debt to income ratios, and just be an overall solid buyer. And these different options are going to be that 3% down on, let's just say, a $250,000 house is, let's say, $7,500. At 5%, it's about $12,500. And then let's just say you put the 20% down, it's nearly $50,000. And a lot of people don't have that extra cash on hand to do the 50% down or $50,000 down. So what they end up doing is getting in between that 3 and 5% down. This is very common for my first-time home buyers because you're not going to be in that house forever. You're just trying to get into it, build that equity, and take the equity and roll it into your next home, which is going to be that 20% down, hopefully. Next, we'll say is the FHA. FHA is 3.5% down. Typically, these are going to be your borrowers with either not a lot of cash on hand, high debt to income ratios, and maybe not the best credit. It's going to be that mid-range credit. This is a 3.5% down. These were very common probably about 5 years ago when the market was not as competitive, but we see a lot of it still today. It's still a great loan, but on 3.5% down, let's just say of $250,000, which is an average home, I'd say in Louisville, Kentucky now, that is going to be right at $8,750. Other options that we have are 0% down options, which is going to be your KHC, your VA, or your USDA. USDA is going to be our rural housing loan. They charge a 1% funding fee on top of that. Your payment's going to be a little bit more, but hey, you're bringing no money to the table except your closing costs. Your VA, they charge like a 1.75% funding fee on top of that, which is just, a couple $1,000, but when you're paying interest on it, it definitely adds up. And then your KHC, these are going to be, this is a loan that really I try not to suggest to my clients unless they are really strapped for cash and need as much as possible. They charge a little bit of a funding fee on top of that, and then your payment's a little bit higher. Interest rates are a little bit higher. So those are just the loans that I try not to suggest and try letting people know, like, hey, save up money because that's going to be your better option. And then we have our jumbo loans. Jumbo loans go up to $548,000. A little bit, some change. And these are going to be really solid loans, but they're going to be for your bigger homes. It's going to be a lot more riskier for banks. Typically, these are going to be held by your bigger banks like Chase, Wells Fargo, and places like that. So those are going to be interesting when it gets into those higher price point homes. So guys, I hope this was informative. Hope you all learned a little bit about something. And if you have any questions about PMI or anything like that, I'm not a loan officer, but definitely you ask me, I'm going to get the answer. So guys, see you.